and assalamu alaikum everybody. It's Tahana and Sorry and the great beautiful Gam. So today we are going to talk about our birth story.
Our birth story?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that just mine?
I was there too.
Yeah, but you weren't born.
But I was pushing that head out and those shoulders.
Ew.
You have no idea.
It's your fault.
We are not going to talk about that. So, but I want to talk about it. I already spoke about my perspective of that day and, well, that whole experience. So, I'm curious, and I'm sure other people will be curious to hear your perspective. Because we always give our perspective, how it was being the mom and all that sort of thing. But I'm sure a lot of people don't, get to hear from the actual child. So, I have some questions. Huh?
No.
So, I have some questions that your cousin and I came up with that we want to know. So, you ready?
I guess. Oh, I can't have a choice.
So, first of all, no, you don't have a choice. This is a dictatorship in this house. No. So, how old are you, first of all?
I'm 14.
And you're going to be 15 pretty soon, though.
Yeah.
In like, what, 3 weeks or something?
Is it 3 weeks?
Something
you
like that.
pushed out a baby almost 15 years ago.
No. So, okay. I'm going to try to get these in a good enough order. So, so we always, when you were born and during that time, the term was called unassisted birth. Nowadays, they call it free birthing. So I will refer to it as free birthing because that's what people are used to hearing now, I guess.
That sounds strange.
I guess it's like having the freedom to birth as you want, or I don't know. So, all right. So, what do you think generally about free birthing or having a child at home with just the family around and like no whatever doctors and intervention and stuff like that?
I think it's more traditional.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
And let me just say, there are no right or wrong answers. It's truly what it is you think.
It's more traditional and like, less. Well, it's a lot more inexpensive. A lot more.
You have no idea. Mm-hmm. It's very true.
So, I mean, it's like, there's pros and cons to it, I guess, because I guess it can be, like, slightly more dangerous, depending if you don't have, like, any experience or anything like that, in, like the medical field, or, like, knowing about, like, birth and all that, then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I do it, though. I don't know if I do it.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask you, but, like, we'll come back to that, okay?
Okay.
Just because I have about 8 questions.
I thought I'd be, like, 15.
No.
Oh.
You want more?
No.
So, okay, what do you think about your having been born like free birth or unassisted?
It's fun to tell people.
It's fun to tell people?
Yeah.
Why?
No, because one, being like, yeah, my mom gave birth without any doctors, it's like, oh, whoa, really? And it's like, she's pretty cool. And then also, it's like, I was running a house. So then it's just like, you're running a house? Because I have gotten that reaction a few times. And it's priceless.
It's priceless?
It's priceless. Yeah.
So do they ever think like you're weird or I don't know?
They already think that I'm weird. So.
I've done my job.
You did your job. Yeah.
Okay. So do you think? I think you're a really, really cool person, just in general, not because you're my mom.
I got it from you. I'm your mom?
No, I said not because I'm your mom, but because I just think you're such a dope person. I've told you that many times. I think y'all are all dope. But
I don't see
since
it.
we're talking about you in particular, you don't say that you're dope.
No.
We never do, but we are. But so I think yeah, just cool spiritually and so forth. So do you think that being? Let me say this. Let me preface it by saying this. Someone said to me that she had been born by cesarean section. In fact, she and her siblings had been born through cesarean section, and
Wait,
so
what, I don't know. What is, like C-section?
that's what C-section.
Oh, okay.
And so she wonders if being born in that way, if it disconnects or if it has some sort of adverse I don't know, reality or whatever with bonding, with not just bonding with the mom, but also like in life, because something has been taken away or something is missing from that natural processes. And I'll say this: when I was doing clinicals, I had to sit in and assist with a cesarean section, and it's amazing. First of all, just to see like
gross.
the cutting and seeing them
Ugh.
pull out the baby is just crazy. It's not just the baby coming out, it's the whole like sack and everything. But
We're nasty.
but in saying that, like I remember I had to put a Foley catheter in a woman, so in her it's like this tube you stick it in the woman's urethra, so that into the bladder, not into the bladder, but to get, so if she has to urinate, it'll just go into the bag. And so that's done. Then she had an episiotomy where they put a needle with anesthesia into the spine. That itself to me is scary because you
That
can't
seems
move.
like too
It can be
much.
very, so she couldn't feel anything. And then she was awake, but they have like a big barrier up.
Yeah.
So she couldn't feel the baby. She couldn't or feel the birthing. She couldn't see the baby or the birthing or anything. So to me, as an outsider, it seems like she's detached from this natural phenomenon.
So it's like if you were to get stabbed or something like that, right? You feel pain. So automatically you're gonna be like, okay, I understand how it feels to be stabbed, and I'll be explain to you. But if you were to be stabbed and you didn't feel anything, then you just be like, yeah, it's a thing that happens a little bit, sometimes. So.
Man, also the baby didn't go through the natural processes. The baby didn't go through the process of the water breaking, of like going down the canal or anything. So I say all that to say, or to ask, do you think that you're being born the way you were at home with only your dad, me, your 3 siblings there? Do you think that has shaped you spiritually or artistically? And also, do you think it has shaped your relationship with the family?
Yes to the last question.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, well, I mean, obviously, you were there. Vivi was there helping. Marie remembers the time. And
the actual time that you were born.
And how it looked when I was coming out, which is so weird. But now I was traumatized.
And I was standing up.
Yeah. He also used to feed you, like, when you were
right,
still
he used
pregnant.
to take care of me.
So then that kind of did that. And he was like,
so
oh my God.
So y'all have a certain bond.
He's like, oh my God, I remember when you were being born. So that
it's true because you two, you like text each other in the morning. Like he'll send you a good morning text, you'll send him one.
Yeah.
And like it's your big brother.
And then we'll stay on the phone for like hours just talking about like
right. I know philosophy. Not just to be like, God, look at these two. Like y'all just get into these deep conversations while I'm in awe.
That probably helped with it. But with Manal, I think with Bill and Manal, I think that probably helped because weren't they in the closet? It's like kind of hiding.
It wasn't like a closet. It was a small room that we made into a walk-in closet, but it was like a room off of my room.
Oh.
But it's an actual room, not a closet.
Yeah, but they both saw birth, so that's weird. Ew.
Like they saw you before I saw you.
Yeah. Well, that's so weird.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess it, like, the bond is different, like, because of that, but also just because how we are as a family. I'm not
Yeah,
really
because you all
sure.
also homeschooled together
Yeah.
and everything, so.
I have a weird life.
A lot of people would think you have a dope life.
I mean, I don't
like,
know.
yo, you did that?
I
You
can't
never
change
been
it.
vaccinated? Especially if we were still vegan, they would really be like, oh my god.
Yeah. But I don't. It might have helped shape like spirituality, I guess. Well, cause I can't really say if it did or didn't, cause like I don't know if it like what would have happened if I was like born in a hospital, but and maybe that, but also like how we are as a family, we're just very spiritual and all that, so it could have added to it. I don't know.
Do you think it has anything to do with your demeanor, like your personality and your demeanor?
Oh, Mom, that's astrology.
That's astrology. My fault. It's
That's
because you Scorpio. My fault. So okay, so oh, we already answered that question. Do you think that our relationship is strengthened because you were born like that? So you already answered that, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because another thing, something that your cousin sort of mentioned was that was a question from her because she said like it was just us basically. Like your dad was there, he didn't do anything. He like caught you so you wouldn't hit the floor, but I mean, even though the guys used to be like, "Ak, yo, Ak, you really did that," type of thing. Like,
I mean,
oh my god,
you just
Bryce was
pat-
looking
you
like
just
he
crossed the
literally
baby.
did nothing. I labored the whole night by myself. But I mean, he was there, and that was dope. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't think whoa, okay, never mind.
but it was, and you know, the children were there. That was great when we was kind of there, like. What the hell is going on in this house? But
I can't remember.
right, you remember. But like what she was saying is that it was really just you and me.
Yeah.
We had to work as a team, and
honestly, I don't know. I think I was just trying to get out.
I think I was trying to get you out. Okay. So.
Oh, I smell like you. Oh, that's weird.
I have on frankincense.
Oh.
Yeah. Keep away those negative energies.
That's just proving my point.
Okay. So let's go back to what you started mentioning earlier. Would you consider free birthing when you have children?
Well, because I know I've heard how painful it is. So I might.
I'm gonna just say it's painful whenever. Oh,
just a little bit is a view. Just a little bit. I don't know. Because
well, I will say, I mean, it's your choices.
yeah.
But I will say you have to remember that those drugs aren't only going into you.
True.
You know, it's going into that
Well,
baby, and it's still going to be
coming.
in your body when you're nursing and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you don't know if you would do it primarily because of the pain?
Well, because there are ways, there are like natural like remedies for like pain and stuff like that. That can like do that. But another part of you raising me is like it's capitalism. So I mean,
it's absolutely capitalism.
I mean, I'll go the
boy,
other
they get that money
to fight the capitalism. So I mean, probably.
So that's with free birthing. Do you think you would consider having a child at home if you had a midwife there or something?
Yeah, probably.
So you would be more apt to do it rather than free birth?
Then it'd be like, no, neither of us know what's going on. We don't know how to work this, so we're just like, let's go with the flow. No.
Well,
that's
I would
not how it
absolutely
works.
be there.
That's weird,
Husband
though.
would just have to deal with
That's weird, though.
mama. What's weird?
Cause I was all naked and giving birth,
Girl.
and it's just like, my mom's here. I don't.
I'm
that's
sorry.
weird.
You were in me naked.
Okay, yeah, but that's now. I wouldn't be like, hey, mom, look at this.
So you're gonna be naked giving birth? I swear I was. I was like, I don't need none of these clothes. I am hot.
I probably
Whatever.
would be.
All the kids, and then, and then,
Oh.
mind you, the children were like, Marie was 13, Bilali was like 8, and Monaura was 5.
Yeah, going on 6.
So not only did you come out, but we didn't cut the cord right away. I wanted to wait until it stopped pulsating. So I'm just sitting there holding you, new baby. I'm like,
there's a
naked,
cord.
and there's a cord. Oh goodness! What you gonna do?
Humans are disgusting, and you can't tell me otherwise. There's no other way.
But I had you.
Yeah, but there was a cord in a sack.
Well, thank
That's
Allah there was a
nasty.
cord in a sack, or you wouldn't have survived the day.
That's so gross.
In there, you know.
That's so gross.
Okay, how do you... I don't really know how to ask this question, I guess. How do you compare modern birthing in hospitals with like all these different like Pitocin and these different medications and pain options and machines? Because they also, the times I went in the hospital with the other ones, they put like this belt thingy around you as a monitor to monitor your contractions and stuff. So stupid. Why do they need to do this? Women have been birthing for millennia without all these things. But so they have all these things. So versus having a child at home. I sort of asked this, I suppose. So that versus having a child at home with a midwife versus having a child at home free birth. So I guess really,
Perks. There's pros and cons to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like before CAP wasn't.
So all three of them.
It's not cool. Like you're pricing a life coming to the world. You shouldn't. That ends up stupid. Certain medications, they have side effects, so they can be bad.
Mm-hmm.
But depending on like how they affect you, like afterwards, because what is that? Like the women get depressed sometimes, like after they give birth.
Postpartum.
Yes.
Depression.
That.
But that doesn't have to come from medications and stuff. That's a hormonal thing.
No, I mean like with coping with that, like that is like that's awesome.
But they don't do that in the hospitals.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, yeah, I guess that there's pros and cons to it. Yeah. I don't know. It's like yes, no, maybes a little bit every now and then.
Then too, I guess you don't have so much information on.
Yeah.
At least on
I
the
don't
medical.
have to worry about it too much.
But it's good to have ideas in your head, I think, and so when the time comes, you already have some information. And also,
having a kid is a lot, though. I don't know why you guys are like, hey, baby, I want that. I don't know why. Like, it's nice, but it costs money.
But I mean, how much it costs depends on lifestyle. So
yeah, and also, that's a lot of stress. Like I know I'm probably that stress you out, and I don't want that.
You really don't.
Well, if I had kids, I'd know that it would stress me out because I'm easily stressed out and annoyed. So I don't mean like I don't mean like baby.
Well, because
I mean like when
as they get older.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, that's why you have a relationship with your child, though. It's not just like, had this baby, it's cute. All right, bye.
I'm
Go
angsty.
out to school. Let them know what you did.
I know that I'm angsty. And it's extremely annoying.
But you're also 14.
Yeah, I know.
We're talking about you as an adult with children,
if
and you'll have
14,
support.
My kid was 14.
But you also
I'm
have
like,
support. Like it's really just been us. Like we have extended
yeah,
family, and we have like very good rapport with our extended family. But it's not like we're there.
yeah.
We're
I
not,
think that would be weird if we
especially the
were.
past 10 years. We're in a whole different state. But,
Been 10 years.
but the way we are as a family, like our
I think I'd be more
nuclear
secluded
family.
if I had kids. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Okay, so we talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about that and that and that. So now I'm curious. So I started writing a journal for you
Oh,
to
yeah.
document the whole journey from me when I decided, because again, I researched the whole thing for a couple of years before I said, okay, I'm ready to
You
do
were
this.
planning this. You were
Yeah,
like that. Okay,
absolutely
I'm ready
planned.
now.
Right. And so.
You chose 2005.
Huh? It's like I was ready. Then I was about 34 or something like that.
33.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess when I got
Yeah.
pregnant, I was 33. And so I started, documenting everything in the book before I was pregnant with you, during, I was trying to get pregnant with you, then when I was pregnant with you, and so that whole thing. And so you have the book. You've had the book for years. And so
I don't really read it though.
you used to look in it from time to time.
Yeah, because you said that there's cursing in it, and you were like, I don't want you to read that. I'm gonna have to
Curse. I
look over
put cursing in it. I don't know why I would put cursing in it, because I made it for you. If you mean like damn or something like that.
No, and he's
I probably
You
just
said
wanted to make sure I
you said,
didn't put something crazy.
the SH word. I think you said because you started reading one of the pages. You were like, oh my god.
I don't know what I was
No,
thinking.
because I think you were. I think we were. I think I was born already, and you guys went to grandma's house, and Tarisha was there. You know how she is. And she was like, she was.
You'll make me have to edit this video.
No, probably. Yeah, it's like you were a little mad, so you were just like,
I don't know. I have to look, because I don't even remember. I think during that time, Tarisha and I were on pretty good terms. But I don't know. I have to look and see what was going on. It might have been your father got on my nerves. It sounds more like it. But my question is, like, are you glad that I kept the journal for you, and why? Like, what did you get out of it? What did you get from having it?
So I don't know if you probably assumed it, but so I like mysteries and stuff like that, like kind of like unknown things. But if it doesn't have the answer to it, I don't like it because it annoys me. So I think I'd said before how like there was a time like in your life where there was not a me. So knowing like right before that is kind of cool. And it's also like, hey, so this is what was happening like a year before I was even like alive.
That's crazy.
It's weird because it's like an exact year before I was born. And
it was that far that I started writing for you?
The first thing was maybe like February 2004, something like that. So it was weird, and I was like, whoa. And it was like, you had no idea a year from now, me. So, yeah, it's weird. And I also like journals a lot.
What do you like about journals?
Well, because usually if it's like a diary, like a journal or something like that, then it's like people usually don't like hide things too much. Like when they're like, because if it's a diary, then it's like no one else is gonna see this, so it's just gonna be me. I can let everything out, and I like knowing like the depths of people. So it's weird.
You're like your mommy. In fact, I try to. I'm not a Scorpio. I'm a Leo.
Really like.
It's funny because I just sort of said something like that on my Facebook page. Cause I said something about
Oh, really?
yeah, in real life,
Oh,
like a day or two ago. I
you
asked.
called it.
I no. Well, it was pertaining to love letters. I
Oh,
asked people
oh,
if
yeah,
they like write love letters for their
yeah,
partners because, and that was my reasoning was, I've always thought that writing letters, not text, letters,
yeah.
you really pour your heart out into it. I don't know. Maybe it's just because
It's
I'm
more
such a person
romantic.
that just puts it all out there,
It's more romantic.
right? And but I think it's harder to lie on paper. You have to really like put some effort into like
Because if you're
writing
gonna
on paper. I
lie, you're
think.
gonna waste paper messing up, and you're gonna be
And
like,
you can't
oh.
write it straight through. You're gonna have to keep stopping and starting,
And also,
so it's like
handwriting
better
is the
just write
key.
what's real.
Handwriting is a good key.
Hate writing?
No, handwriting.
Oh yeah,
Hate writing.
I know. It's like, wait.
HP Lovecraft.
She's like, love letters are okay, but hate letters, no. So, do you think, going back to the journal, do you feel that, like, oftentimes we don't really get to know our parents on like a deeper level, I think, until like maybe we become adults. Then we're like,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, and then it's like, because like, now you guys are at like the same level, kind of. You know,
Right.
if you have to pay a mortgage, you have to pay like all this stuff. You have to go grocery shopping all the time.
And just understanding things more. Like with my mom, my mother died when she was 34, and I just turned
That's
14, and so
weird.
I know, and so like she had gone through things. Like she had a hysterectomy, but before that, of course, she had two babies which died in infancy, like before they came home. She had a husband who was a philanderer, stuff like that. And so, yeah. And
Lives
so,
are very different.
huh?
Life is very different.
Right. But it makes me, I don't just see my mother as mommy, I see her as a sister, a woman. You know what I mean? And I connect with her on a deeper level, even though she's passed
Oh,
away.
I already have that with you.
But so that's what I'm asking too. Do you think that the journal, like is it your opinion that the journal helped with that? Like, do you? I mean, I'm quite open to it.
Yeah, I
stuff.
think that might be
More so because I'm just open.
And like less like closed off how like most parents are with things. So just like one of them like main things is just like bodies, because this is more so talking about like how my opinion on like how like my body came out of like into the world.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's like those
Yeah.
Muchka dolls or whatever they call it, like the.
Yeah. That's so weird. Oh, and the grandkid is small. But well, I think like being like open about like a birth in itself, kind of gives like a head start of like just being able to talk about like our bodies, I guess. So I think that also kind of like this whole thing probably kind of made me a little bit more like Daya, I guess. Because you don't hear it every day where it's just like, yeah, I was born in a house with no doctor or anything. It's my mom, my dad, that's it.
That'll probably be a cool way to connect with somebody where they're like, yeah, I was born at home, it's just my family. And you're like, me too! Oh my God!
Also makes it a cooler story as an artist. Like, I was born in a house.
Right. So do you think that, not just being born at home, but having the journal and really seeing your origin, right?
Yeah,
Do you think that has helped you know you even more because you know your story? And really in like real time, because I was writing things down and stuff. Even to the point when I was in the tub laboring with you
and
and writing.
the two drawings that you had.
Oh yeah.
Those are really cool.
You like those?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, because I had this book. There's a book called Birthing from Within. And it's
You
basically,
told me about that. And
yeah, I'm sure I have it downstairs.
and if she was
in my
like,
doula books.
it should help you with like to kind of like imagine how you think it will feel and then how like you want it to feel.
Right, in order
Really
to
cool.
get rid of some of that anxiety, because I've definitely, it would talk about the ring of fire, and I already had 3 children, so I knew about that ring of
So
fire.
you were like you were anticipating it. So
Oh
you were
God,
anxious.
yeah, I was just like, oh God.
Was it like as bad as you remembered it, or was it like?
Oh, it was bad.
But was it as bad as you remember it? Because I know like people you think about things and it's like I know how that feels when you kind of like
It was, and I wonder if it may have even been a teensy, and I mean teensy, bit worse. Because of course, again, I was standing up, so gravity was pushing you. There was no stopping. But also,
I don't think I could do that. I don't know if I'd be able to do
excuse
that.
me, yeah, standing up was a whole other level. But I wonder if the fear may have made it a teensy bit worse because I was already anticipating it, and it was such a fear of mine. Because literally, I was trying to get pregnant, and it was just like the hopefulness, like, oh, I hope it's gonna happen. I hope it's gonna happen. Then I realized it happened,
I don't know
and
why.
I was ecstatic, like, yeah, and like
And
within
then-
seconds, it was just like, yay! Oh, I gotta push it out.
Mm-hmm.
And from that moment, I was
like,
just scared, like throughout the whole pregnancy.
oh
And
my
then I
God.
went through things with you that I hadn't gone through with any of the other children.
Oh,
So
I don't know what
alhamdulillah.
that is.
Well, I was really, really sick with you. I did go through that.
Oh.
Like you said, Murid, he was like 13, and he would have to take care of me. I couldn't drink water or anything.
You eat farina.
Yeah, all I could eat was farina.
And I still make you farina, which is weird.
I know. That's all I could eat. Like that's all I could keep down. And I couldn't drink water or anything. The only way I could drink water was if he would put it in the freezer for me, because I worked too. Like outside, I worked teaching.
That's not healthy.
So I would be so sick, and then I would call him like, "Did you put the water in the freezer?" So by the time
Like,
I got
that
home,
would be done when I'm home.
right? So by the time I got home, it would be like, not frozen throughout, but just like, you know how
Yeah.
it has like the shards on the top like that, and I could handle that. Then I would go right in the house. I would strip. In the summer, I would have to like just.
Oh yeah.
But he was in
forgot.
Egypt
Like
then.
the prime of you being pregnant was in the summer.
Oh God! And I would smell
That's what
everything.
happens.
And then we had the restaurant, so it was extremely hot in there. I would just be so
Yeah.
sick.
When she
Alhamdulillah,
was
I had
working-
Brother Ulrich there. He was the chef, and he would like, go lay down, go lay down. I like, I got this. But it was just so hot, and then the smells, and it was just so much.
People shouldn't work when they're pregnant. That's not a thing that you should do.
I know, but in this society, it's really hard not to. Most women have to, unfortunately. And we were entrepreneurs, you know. We were, what do you call it? You know, we worked for ourselves, so we still poor. No, so, but yeah. So it was really, but it was an awesome experience. Like if I was able to get pregnant again, which not, but
No,
I would certainly do that again. Well, I can't.
Yeah, no, we don't need to tell you about it.
So.
I don't know if it you know, like if you'd help me like find myself too much, because that's like I don't think that you can ever really truly find yourself. That's a life experience, and you just have to find out. Like if you get like old, you reach 100, it's not gonna like know completely about yourself because you're too unique to know all that.
And there's so many stages to you too,
Yeah.
stages of life. So.
But I think no, that might sound arrogant. Never mind. That might sound arrogant. Never mind. Well, it seems like because how most people, because I've seen things where heard where it's like you seem like older than your actual age, where it's like you seem like you're middle age or something like that, which is weird, but I can kind of see it sometimes because it's just like the understanding, I guess, of how people of how it seems to be like what's like certain age and stuff like that. It seems like so with existence, it's easier to describe to me, and it seems like it's harder for like most kids age to do that.
I remember.
Like, kind of know what it is.
Do you remember when you were like 4 and 5 years old?
Oh no!
You used to always say like you're.
Like I'm like 5,000 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
that
were like,
added
what?
to it.
And you were like, yeah, because my ancestors and like I am my ancestors. I'm like, what?
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah, it's true. You had a point.
Yeah. It's
So,
weird.
Is there anything else that you want to add to this particular video?
Is there going to be more?
No, that's what I'm asking you. Is there?
Okay.
Oh, you mean, are there going to be more videos to do with you?
You said this video.
Maybe.
Oh, no. Don't do it. Please don't.
Pay me. Say no.
I'll pay you with love.
Nah. I already got that. So I guess we're good?
Yeah.
That's it?
I can react anything.
Okay. So this was really informative and awesome. That's okay. So, all right. So that's it. All right. Say bye to the people.
Bye.